How many people in the church, how many people in the chat room, especially black Christians, can admit that we need to start bringing back and saying, excuse me, ma'am, you got two kids by three different men. What's going on? We need to start calling this stuff out. How many people would love to go to a Mother's Day ceremony and you see an old school pastor get channeled into one of these mega churches and TD Jakes starts speaking out against baby mamas on Mother's Day, speaking at it from a Christian standpoint? How many of you would love to hear that? You pay good money to you would donate a lot to hear TD Jakes on a Mother's Day say, I gotta be honest with you, women. You run afoul of God. You got that boy and that girl, and you ain't with the father, and and lock the goddamn doors so they can't leave. And let them get that holy work as he's supposed to be saying. Instead of just telling them, I've been in church where I've seen married men in the potter's house looking at their wives hear a different message than their husbands. We're like, what? I sat there and watched my marriage fall apart in front of me because I was like, my wife is hearing something different because it's that prosperity shit. Your life is your life. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be this. You're supposed to be that. And when marriages are falling apart left and right, eventually Bishop Jakes have to say, excuse me, oh, let me backtrack. Didn't know many of you women were actually invoking my name in your marriage and arguments with your husband. That ain't exactly what I meant. I was trying to get them tithes to come in. I wasn't trying to put you in opposition to your headship. Let me back up. Too late. We need to bring shame back to the church. And supposed Christians, we volunteer to be Christians. No one makes us this. We volunteer. So yes, this is why I told you, ma'am, you're wrong. You don't want to feel bad. I don't give a damn what you want to feel. That's feminist logic. They should feel bad. They should feel something. There should be pressure upon Christians to act like Christians.
Find love. You can and will find love.
Okay, first off, ma'am, let me stop you. Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing you just said had nothing to do with Christianity. And I repeat, don't come down on yourself if you haven't found love. You
or
will
should I say if you haven't found your spouse?
But
let me change that.
No, ma'am, you've said it 3 times, and that's the point. You still are conflating love and marriage. That's why I've asked you.
Well, the Bible says that. The Bible says the husband should love the wife as Christ loved the church.
But that is not the purpose of marriage. It is not romantic love.
I'm not talking about romantic
Tiffany.
love. I'm talking about the God
No. Tiffany. The man should love his wife like Jesus loved the church. That she said what she meant. Clean it up with agape at the end. No. You were talking about eros, romantic love, not agape. I know the words too. That's why I was like, well, let me clear it up. If you didn't mean love, let me say your spouse. Now you meant love. This is romantic love. See, romantic love and agape love have been completely screwed up in the church. The church was never about romantic love. It was always about agape. You didn't talk about love in arranged marriages. Love came later. Agape
love.
Let me say that again. You marry for duty. Duty. A wife marries for a duty to her man, her husband. And a man marries for duty to his wife. That's what the vows are for. Those aren't suggestions. How many of you Christian women have walked away from your functioning marriage because you weren't happy? You had a little hiccup or a bump in the road. For better, for worse, for sicker, for poor, and riches and health. Well, he lost his job last year, and money ain't. I can get child support and get. Duty. But you can't talk about duty because that requires you to be selfless. It requires you to hold yourself to a higher standard than the rest of the world that's fallen. That's what we're supposed to be. The church is supposed to be the light. Yet the divorce rate in the church is higher than in the world. How the hell does that happen? Which is not romantic love. You're talking about eros.
I didn't say anything about romance. I never said the word romance.
But the love you're talking about is romantic love. Don't come down on yourself. You have not found love. Selfless love, agape, has nothing to do with. Okay,
the Christ-like
I am not
love.
new, Tiffany. I'm not new to
I
this.
think we agree, Kevin.
We do agree, except for one thing. A woman's purpose on the planet is a man. That is your sole purpose.
Is a man's purpose a woman? Like, what would be a man?
The woman's purpose on this planet is a man. That is a statement of Christian fact. Now, I want you to hear what is said. See, if you're trying to be in alignment with men, see, let me segue. This is the problem a lot of black men have with black women. You want global protection. You want protection from you when you talk about you're not protected or provided for, but then you ask who you're submitting to. I'll submit to my man. This or that. So you only submit to one man, but all the other men are supposed to be able to stand in to defend you like a man, but you're not submitted to them. Does this conversation seem like she's trying to get on the same page with me, or is she trying to combat with me? I'm asking Christian stuff that's not debatable. And this part right here was a big aha. A woman's purpose on this planet is a man. And she said, so a man's purpose on this planet is a woman? That's some playground. I know you are, but what am I? Okay, a man, that is your purpose. Worry about your purpose. See, you want to win an intellectual battle. Your purpose is a man. That's it. And then this is that Western. Hold on. I deal with your purpose. See, what you're doing right now has nothing to do with Christianity or anything else. It is an ego battle. And a man's purpose is to follow God. This sounds like a child. This is childish hearted. It's like, why are you questioning what my purpose is? Do your job. Don't worry about my job. Do your job. But no, black female Christian feminists want to tell you how to do your job. Like Eve tried to tell Adam, if we ain't following people, I don't know. I mean, boy, anyway. What is a man's purpose? What does it matter if you're a woman? What is your purpose?
So that everyone
what is a woman's purpose? See, too many Western women, especially our black women, you're out of position.
The Bible says, follow me as I follow Christ. So as the woman is, the husband's leading the household, he's leading the woman and the children as he follows Christ.
And that does not change what I said.
That's what I'm saying. We agree. We're not arguing.
We agree if she's married. If you're unmarried, you're uncovered. You're not following anybody. You're following yourself. That's what I've been asking. As a single woman, who are you following?
As a single woman, I'm accountable to my pastors, and I'm following the Lord.
You're following your pastor, who is your father. But your father already has a charge. Ma'am, single women, divorced women, let's not play games. You're uncovered. And there's a provision, there's provision there, but there's
definitely provision there.
But you're not supposed to live life uncovered. There's provision there for when the husband dies. Not when you divorce and leave your husband. That's some of that new wave Christian stuff. There's a provision there for single women or women whose husband have moved on, but not divorcees. You're living in sin. It's sin. As a Christian woman,
I agree. Men should have wives, wives should have husbands.
So if you're not supposed to live,
shout out to the single parents.
No. And there's a woman. I agree. Men should have wives, and wives should have. I agree. But then she said, shout out to the single parents. This is a Christian woman. That's feminism right there. Again, I don't want women to feel bad. So if you're a single woman out here, which is really a divorcee, in this what we're talking about, I don't want you to feel bad that you walked away from your marriage. You broke your covenant with God. I'm sorry. I want you to feel bad. I want you to know that you broke your covenant. I wish you had to walk around with a big red Christian D on you and they sat you up with other divorcees. You should not be able to come in here like nothing's wrong. Y'all got married on January and you divorced in December and you back up in the church. He over there, you over there, like ain't nothing wrong. What are we doing here? This is why men have left the church. They're tired of seeing women with no consequences, playing with the gospel, playing with the rules, playing with everything else, and pastors and the church not holding women accountable to the gospel. Tired of it. Men are tired of hearing it. So so many men are holding church or going in their own closet, having a one-on-one relationship with God. So many, I hate that it bothers me that I cannot go to church like I want to go to church. I used to go to church, but I do not like what I see in modern Christian churches today. Facts. I take my grandmother's Bible that she marked up from here to there, and the Bible I have over there since I was 5 years old is falling apart, and my Bible that my grandfather gave me, and I go to work here. Because I know when I walk over there, I'm going to see a bunch of bull. I'll shout out to single parents. I don't shout out single parents. No, especially Christian ones. It's not about
Yeah,
it's not
well,
about love. It's
it's
not a
sad
it's
when you become a single parent, but you do
no,
what you
it's
got to.
not sad when you become a single. It's sad when you become a single parent. What do you mean when you become a single parent? You don't become a single parent. You choose to be a single parent. Become a single parent. You hear these words? This is why black Christian feminists. This is feminist doctrine. Shout out to the single mothers. What do you mean? It's sad when you become a single parent. What do you mean you become? You become. You become. A caterpillar becomes a butterfly. What are you metamorphed into a single mother? You see all these softening words? Oh my God, we need old school shame back. You don't need the red pill if you're in church. The Bible is the biggest red pill you ever need. You don't need no red pill if you're a Christian. The red pill is the Holy Bible. It ain't changed. It's the pill of pills. It's sad when you choose to be a single Christian parent and live in contravention to the thing you say you believe. That's when it's sad because how did that happen? See, here's what I find troubling about this conversation. I don't know how that means. You're a woman who was raised with a 60, almost 70-year marriage and an almost 50-year marriage and a father who's a pastor. And I'm getting this level of pushback. And you're supposed to be one of the good ones. What about the women who
I
weren't
hope I'm
raised?
a good one.
Well, I got to be honest. I'm going to move you to the side because I don't want this to be about you, Tiffany. I don't want you guys to make this about her, but I use these ladies as avatars because I believe that when I open the call lines, I can hear black Christian men tell me story after story after story after story about similar encounters they've had with black Christian feminists. I don't know any upstanding Christian black brother that believes black Christian feminists are the good ones. I don't care how good you look in that dress on Sunday. I don't care how that dress nips at your waist and them hips do this, and you looking there, you looking good and smelling good, and I don't. It is mind boggling, and it is so tearing for men to look at women in church and know that satanic, demonic, feminist thoughts are running through your head in this sacred place. That you can look at that very same Bible and hear the very same message and twist it in such a way that ain't got nothing to do with God. That's got everything to do with the world and feminism. And that feminism has crept its way into the church where you're supposed to be on guard for that kind of stuff. It's to the point to where you're actually preaching it to the men. What you telling your sons? I'm gonna be honest, man. There's some things that are extremely troubling about what it is you say you believe, and that's the problem a lot of black men have. This is a woman who says her grandparents were married for 65 years. Her parents were married for 48 years. Her father is her pastor, yet she's divorced and telling women don't feel bad if you don't fall in love or have a man or whatever you want to come out. And all the stuff you're talking about does not line up with what it is you say you believe, yet that's what you say you're putting in ahead of you trying to help you find a husband. It's going to be on God. And everything I've done is used exactly what you said to show you that you're in contradiction, but you're still going to hold on to it. Because here's the real problem, Tiffany. Too many black women like yourself are just hard headed and can't nobody tell you nothing.
Goodness. I'm pretty okay.
You said your dad. Yeah, she actually thought that was funny, but I was serious. I honestly, they don't believe that. I'll be honest. A lot of women who move like this, black Christian feminists, they don't believe they're being hard headed. They honestly think we got a problem. They really think, why? What's the big deal? I mean, really, they do. It's like the issue ain't them, it's us. How do I know this? I've done this a long time. And again, this is a discussion about Christian marriage. So if I don't want to hear, I've said at the beginning, you in there talking crazy about marriages, and I'm just timing you out. Let's talk about the show. Okay.
You and I are probably the same age.
I don't. And what does that have to do with anything?
You don't hear those words hard headed unless it's like a parent
How
talking
old
to
are
a
you?
child. I'm 37.
I'm 51.
You look good.
And even if I was 36, I'm still a man.
Yep.
And if you're a Christian, you know what that means. So I don't understand what me saying something you need to be. That's why I wanted to have this conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I think we are. I think
It
we
was a good
agree more
conversation
than
because what I
disagree.
think what you're gonna see is they're gonna be. I'm a patient person. I'm a learned person, but I know what I believe and why I believe it. And here's the thing: if it is this difficult for a well-intended black man to even get a woman who says she's well-intended to just agree with me on what it is you say you believe, how the hell are black men and women supposed to figure it out and stay together 48 and 65 years? It ain't
I
gonna
do
happen.
agree with you. I keep telling you we're on
No,
the same
ma'am, you
page.
don't. We no, we no, ma'am. If
I
this is
keep telling you we're
agreement,
on
I
the
hate to
same
see
page.
disagreement.
That voodoo.
If you think this is on a one accord, I hate to see discord. Just because you're not cursing and calling me out of my names, you're not in agreement.
I wouldn't do that.
Exactly, but it does not change the fact that you're still in opposition to what it is you say you believe. And I don't even have to get that's why I didn't get into your personal life and why you're not this. I don't want it. It does not matter. This is a
Yeah.
global issue with black men and black women. There should not be this amount of acrimony, especially with people who raised their hand and volunteered to be Christians. No one forced us to be Christians. No one forced us to live our lives in accordance. That's why I asked you very specific questions. You say your father is your pastor. You are supposed to be agreeing with me. There's not supposed, when I ask you what a woman's purpose is, it shouldn't be all this. It's a man to be a helpmeet. I mean, this is
Yep.
supposed to be real easy for Christian women.
To be a helpmeet, to cover him, I agree.
All right.
I do agree with that.
Well, okay. Well, it's good to say with our mouths, but when we live it with our lives, there's not this amount of acrimony. But I thank you for calling in. I
Yeah,
do.
I
I think
hear
this is a
you.
good call.
Thank you. You have
Thank
a
you very
blessed
much.
evening.
And y'all stop looking at the chat room. They ain't on nobody. You don't know these folks. They there to cause
I think
trouble.
you got some good people in the chat.
Yeah,
They're just straight shooters.
okay, but if they got some good ones, then I mean, I don't allow guys to come over and troll women and stuff. But we're gonna have. I think this is a good conversation because if black men and women don't have these, we ain't. Our marital rates are gonna continue to do what they do, and our families are gonna continue to do what they do. All right. Well, that was it. So let me say this. People are lining up in the Zoom room. Tiffany was a good sport. You know,